What's up? What's up? I'm not sure if I'll be able to read any comments due to the fact that I'm driving. Let me roll my window up, get rid of that helicopter sound. Thought I'd go live, take you guys on a little road trip. Heading out to Old Forge, New York. Gotta drop off some carvings to a local store out there. Thought I'd jump on here this morning, kind of see if anybody's on, see what everybody's up to. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. Got a truckload of pumpkin carvings and all those carvings, if you guys have been following, that I carved up last week or so. Those are what we're bringing out to Old Forge. Got a store out there I sell through. It's called the Adirondack Company with an H. Not Adirondack, but Adirondack Company. So, it's a good little drive though. Already been on the road 20-30 minutes, about a 2-hour ride one way. So, like I said, figured I'd just jump on here and see what everybody's up to this morning. What's going on, Jamie? If I miss comments, it's because I'm watching the road. It's not super busy out here though. Hopefully you guys can hear me talking. I don't know. Can you hear me, Jamie? 'Cause I don't have a microphone hooked up or anything, and I'm not sure how all the sound is going to come through. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Alright, cool. Cool beans. Yeah, this is a nice drive. Right now the leaves are beginning to change here in upstate New York, so starting to get some of the orange and yellow colored leaves, a little bit of red. Trees start to change this time of year. We still got a lot of green though. Probably another week or two, I bet, and it'll be maybe even another week. We'll have a lot of color going on. There's a pretty neat stone tunnel on the trip that I'm taking right now, and when I get there, if we're still live, I'll be able to show you guys. It's pretty cool. An old train used to kind of go through there, over it, and we get to drive through it on the roadway, so that's pretty neat. There's two different ways to go. I can go around that spot or go through it. I usually like going through it. It's a little bit of a slower drive, but it's more the scenic route, I guess. Get out that way. I'll turn the phone around. You guys can see if we're still live. Like I was saying, sometimes service can be really spotty up through here. Again, hope you guys had a good week. We'll be heading into the weekend here in a couple days. For those of you that'll be carving and creating some good stuff. Stay safe, you know. You guys have a good weekend coming up. We got Columbus Day next week. I know my kids will have Monday and Tuesday off from school. It's always fun. Kids get excited. A couple extra days. They'll have a nice 4-day weekend. Let's see here. It's getting a little warm. Just got some wood for new projects. That's awesome, Jamie. Cool. Cool. Not really sure what my intentions were for today for going live, but I don't know. Just wanted to jump on, kind of chat with you guys. I know I can't really read the comments for the most part, you know, because I'm driving. Gotta stay safe, right? Like I said, when we get to some scenic spot or whatever, I'll stop, I'll pull over, and I'll show you guys. I've only really got one in mind, but if we get a nice view with all the leaves that are changing, I'll pull over and show you guys. We got a lot of fog this morning. It seems to be lifting off the road. But I've got a little bit of a mountain range over here off to my left, and I can see the tops are all foggy still this morning. It's kind of a overcast, cloudy day. We don't really have the sun out this morning. Not supposed to rain or anything, so that's always a plus, especially for a drive. And I've got to unload and set stuff up at the store, so that'll be, you know, hopefully it stays dry. I don't really feel like getting rained on doing that. It usually is a pain in the butt when it's raining. But this is one of those trips. You know, I've got a lot of new carvers on here, and we've talked about selling your work and things like that, and you have to decipher what's worth it and what's not. Like, where do you plan to sell? How do you plan to sell? How do you plan to talk to people? You know, like, get in touch and make connections. You know, like, what's your plan? If you plan to make this a money-making hobby or a small business of some sort, or even a full-time business for yourself, what is your plan? Like, you could just start carving and having fun, which is awesome. Give your pieces away or sell them for really cheap, and you're just having fun with it, and that's totally cool. I like to make money. I've got a family that, well, you know, kids and a wife and things to pay for, and so I like to create my art. I love creating art, love chainsaw carving, love building my rustic furniture for people, but I also like to sell it. You know, it's not really an endeavor that's going to make me rich and, you know, beyond my wildest dreams. That's got to be realistic. That's not going to happen. That happens to some artists. Don't get me wrong. There's some carvers I know who have a carver I know who's carved for Nike a couple pieces. There's carvers I know who have carved for some very important people. There's also rustic furniture builders I know who build pieces and sell them for thousands upon thousands of dollars and can command a very, very high price. You know, can that make them rich? Absolutely. But that's not really my goal, because that's not, you know, the end game or the finish line for everybody. That's just not how it works out. So for me, it's trying to stay a little more humble, you know, like below the idea of I'm going to get rich doing this. It's more like I'm going to do this because I love it. I enjoy it. You know, I've been blessed with an ability to be creative and to create and be healthy so that I can do all these things that I do, and so I'm going to pursue that stuff. You know, most of you know I don't do this full time right now, but I hope to be doing it full time one day, between the videos with all of you guys and, you know, carving and furniture and things like that. I hope this would become a full-time gig. At the same time, you know, I work full-time and I do this business and YouTube full-time basically, and so there's a lot of sacrifices that are made. For me, the end goal is to do this full-time and, you know, be comfortable, live comfortably. I don't need to be rich. I don't need $1 million home. I don't need all that stuff. I just would like to live comfortably doing what I love and supporting my family, you know. So as, you know, as a unit, me and my wife, we're working toward those goals to be able to make those things happen one day, which is always nice, you know, whether it's now or it's in the future, but that's all right. It's about using some common sense, though, and not just jumping the gun and getting over our heads. You know, once you go full time and you make creating art, chainsaw carving, rustic furniture, installations, all that stuff, your full-time gig, how much fun is it going to be? You know, how much are you going to actually love doing it now that it has to pay the bills and it has to do all these things? I don't want to lose the fire to create and the inspiration and all those things due to stress. with that said, there is a certain level of stress that's going to come with it anyway, because I mean, you're always going to have to pay some bills, and you're always going to have to do some stuff with the money you make from a small business. That's, you know, the goal, to support yourself. But I don't want to be, you know, I know, or hopefully I'll know what I can make in a year, and I don't want us to be upside down, you know, if that makes sense. And new carvers should be thinking about those things as well if they hope to do this full time. And furniture builders, like, you know, what is your end goal? Make a little side money, make it a full-time gig that pays all your bills and supports yourself and your family, or just, you know, again, that hobby thing, that fun thing that, you know, you do in your free time and you're content with. Just kind of chatting, just sort of talking while I drive, guys. If you guys have questions, ask. There's a spot up here a little ways. I'll pull over and read comments. I'll give you guys a few minutes to ask any questions or anything like that. If you do, I'll pull over, I'll read it quick, and then we'll get on the road and I'll work on answering those as I drive. Lots of leaves changing up here. There's a lot of leaves changing colors. I have recently had some people ask about electric saws and carving bars and things like that. Now, to me, there's a difference between, we're strictly going to talk about steel because that's what I run. Steel, whatever, get over it. And that is, you know, they got the electric saws and then they have the battery saws. So these are two different things. I do not run the electric saws with a cord. I run the battery saws that run on batteries. And the MSA 160 and the MSA 200, I believe, run quarter pitch chain. So you'd have to look that up. But the key with putting a dime tip bar is you got to be running quarter pitch chain, because that means you're running quarter pitch sprocket. Dime tip bar requires quarter pitch. So keep that in mind. Let's see here. Nice, Ricky, working on pumpkins. Cool. Some maple wood. Keep your saw sharp. That stuff is gonna cut hard and tough. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. Here, hold on, guys. Spin you guys around, show you where I pulled over here. So this is a pullover spot. There's a nice river I follow for most of the trip out my left-hand window. As you guys can see over there, we got leaves changing. It's that time of year here, getting into fall, the leaves start to change. Different spots, they look way nicer. They don't just look so dead. I think we got about another 20 minutes before we get to that stone tunnel I was talking about. Throw you guys back on here. I'm hoping I'll be able to drive through that stone tunnel, because I got that big bear. I got a big bear in the back of my truck who is just along for the ride. He's just cruising along with me today. He's got to get delivered tomorrow. And so when I've got a piece that's done and, you know, it's complete, a nice big kind of, sorry guys, it's all rocky here. We'll be on the main road in a second. Phone won't be so jittery. When I've got a nice piece that's, whoa, hold on. That's done and complete and it's big, it's a real statement piece. I like to bring it with me on trips. So people can see it as I drive. People always love seeing the carvings in the back of the truck. And I love bringing them along, you know, it sparks conversation and interest from people that are around. Like when I make stops, gas station, even people driving, stop signs, stop lights. It's advertising. It's things to think about for yourself as well. How's it going, guys? I just seen a few more boxes pop up. Not really reading as a drive, but if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. I'll go back through. We'll stop in probably another 15, 20 minutes or so, and I'll read you guys' comments again and kind of go through. Just sort of going for a drive for those of you that are just popping on. Driving out to Old Forge from where I live. It's a couple hours roughly. I've got some carvings in the back that a store out there will sell on consignment for me. that's something to, like, we talk about new carvers. I've talked about it in videos, selling your art. You know, is it a hobby? Is it something you do just for fun? Are you trying to make a business out of it and make money? And thinking about how and where you're going to sell pieces is something to ponder, is something to think about, because just because you're carving doesn't mean you're going to sell all kinds of stuff. Once you sell a couple pieces, word of mouth gets around, that's good. You know, that'll help you out. But if you can do craft fairs or take a few pieces over to a local small business and see if they'd be interested, you know, maybe a hardware store or a small shop of some kind, and see if they'll sell for you, that right there really helps you out. And if you're legit and you have cards made up and all that, and they let you leave cards, I've gotten business from that too. People usually will call me for a custom order. And when they do, so if they get a card or a reference from a business I sell through, you know, selling consignment through, and a customer calls and says, hey, I got your card from so-and-so's business, I'd like to have this done. If the order goes through and they pay me, I still give that business a % of the sale. And the reason is they are the reason I got that sale. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like one hand washes the other. They gave me the business, so I'm still going to give them the % we've agreed upon. And, you know, I get it. Some people might think that's bad or not good business, but, you know, essentially they've advertised for me and sent the customer my way. And if they weren't there selling my work and talking to customers, then I wouldn't have that sale. So I've had some businesses be like, no, that's yours, don't worry about it. And I've had others, you know, be happy that I'm honest and just, you know, am forthcoming with their % on the sale. So things to kind of keep in mind, just little things. There's not like a lot of, you know, hard definitive things to kind of like keep track of when you're trying to sell and like run a small business selling your art. But there's like a lot of little things you want to sort of stay on top of and be consistent in doing. Keeping track of your books, your sales, keeping track of tax, income tax, all that kind of stuff. If that applies to you in your area, you need to know those things. You need to know if you got to collect sales tax or not. If you become a legit business with a sales tax ID, my business is a legit business. It's a small business. I don't always make a ton of money, but I collect sales tax where it's applicable, you know, where it applies and for the proper areas and whatnot. And that's just the way it is. Got to pay that government, you know. We don't pay them enough here in the States, so we got to just pay the government every dime we have, every dime we can. Crazy stuff. Getting off on a tangent. It's like 9:15 here. Hope some of you are enjoying your cup of coffee. Probably a few of you are at work, actually. This is one of my days off. The schedule I work for my day job. Making deliveries. Oh, man. The bear I've been working on, that big bear, we went live the other day. There's some videos on my stories and things like that. That bear is the one in the back of my truck, and I'll be delivering him tomorrow morning. After I make that delivery, I'll be getting that video edited, so that will be up Saturday. Also, for those of you just popping on or watching this after it uploads, I just want to let you guys know you can use code HALL10, HALL10 at Saburrtooth.com. Get a discount, all right, guys? I'm not making any money off you using that code. I'm truthfully not. It's to help you. So Saburrtooth doesn't pay me in cash. They do hook me up with new burrs and bits when I need them, and I use them, obviously, because you guys see that and I promote it. But I also kind of like help promote new burrs and bits, which, while I'm mentioning that, I should also mention Saburrtooth has come out with a couple new burrs, or a new grit in some different sizes that if everything works out between today and tomorrow, I'll be putting a video together, possibly for Sunday on those. That's the plan. What is today? Today is the 7th, actually. So those new burrs and bits have been out since yesterday from Saburrtooth, and they're whisper bits that'll fit your 1/4" tools. So 1/4" shaft whisper bits. Kind of had to wait until the 6th when they launched it, but today is the 7th. So you guys can check those out. Those are for like your die grinders and your finer detailed stuff. They've also got them in the 4" discs for like your angle grinder, and the 2" discs for like the Arbor mini carver, or the what is it? Is it a Paxson or King Arthur little mini carver with the little discs on them? They've got them for that as well. Now I find the whisper bit grit, because it's the white grit through Saburrtooth, is really, really good for dry, hard woods. If you really want to smooth things out and sand them down, that's where they work the best. Wet, stringy kind of wood like pine, if it's really wet and sappy, it's such a fine grit, it will clog up on you. So it's more of a refined grit for that finer detail and harder woods and wood that's really dry, things like that. I'm going to be using them on a couple trout. I'm working on carving some brown trout out of some black walnut, and I want a nice, pretty smooth finish on those fish, so those are going to come in handy, and hopefully that's what Sunday's video will be. I know I said about 15-20 minutes before we get to that spot that we're going to get to drive through, which is like a tunnel in stone. It's like a handmade stone tunnel with an archway. It's super cool, but it's going to be more like about 5 minutes from here, if that. It's just up the road. Yeah, just up the road, maybe 5 minutes tops. So get up there and you guys can check that out. After that, I'll probably let you guys go, because I got to get on the highway, and it'll be for a few minutes. It'll be kind of busy once I get on that highway, and not that I'm being distracted, because, you know, I'm not being distracted, but I don't want to have any distractions while I drive on the highway. But again, hope you guys are having a great day. I'll be sure to check comments and questions, though, when we get up here to this little stone bridge area before I go and leave the live feed. That way there I can answer anything you guys have real quick. Really do love this drive, though. It's such a, I don't know, just a really relaxing drive. Enjoy it. It does kind of make me wish I could have afforded a little more expensive truck that rode a bit smoother, because I know this is a new truck, but it's like one step up from a work truck. This thing rides rough, especially when you're going on a 2-hour long trip. Ugh, something dead in the road up here. Oh, it's a big old skunk. It's nasty. That's gonna smell delicious. Fantastic. Dead skunk. Love it. Whew. That stinks. Oh, God. Nice golden lab outside. Beautiful. Alright. Is there anybody behind me? I'm gonna pull over. There's a car coming. I'll spin you guys around so you guys can check this thing out once this car goes by. Alright guys, I got you back here. Give me just a second. I'll show you guys this stone tunnel. I'm gonna wait for this car to go by so they're not in the video. I am pulled over. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Oh, you guys see the back of the bear in the window behind me. Give this thing a spin. There it is. Check that out. It's pretty cool. Oh, look, I can zoom in. I didn't know I could zoom in. It's pretty neat. So there's train tracks up at the top, or there used to be. I don't even know if they're still working. I don't think they are. But it's a pretty cool tunnel. So let's look at the comments, see if you guys got any questions or anything I can help you out with real quick. What's going on, Skip, Ricky, Jamie, Jennifer, Gerald? Thanks for being here, guys. It's a pretty nice day. So you guys see those leaves up there? That's what New York is about this time of year. We've got the leaves going on. Got cars going by. People think I'm nuts, probably. That's all right. I don't care what people think. I really don't. I just don't want to put them on camera. Leaves changing. Beautiful, beautiful ride this time of year. Love that orange up there on top. Really do like this spot. But I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend coming up. Talked a little bit about business, small business, carving, kind of just hit a few things. That's kind of how my brain works. It's crazy and all over the place. I'm gonna get out of here though. Got to make another quick pit stop. Get back on the road. I think I've got from here, I got about an hour or so from here. So if I see anything cool, oh, you guys, be sure to check out my stories, all right? And morning, Bill. Be sure to check out my stories, all right, guys? So when you go to like my main YouTube page and you see my logo, Kyle Hall Woodworker, in that circle, you can click that and it'll show you like stories that are really short of like what I'm doing or what I'm working on. So like I might post some stories of some different sites through the day today and my delivery and the town I'll be in. And I plan on using those stories in the future as well on projects as like quick mini updates on top of the video shorts that I've been doing as well. So be sure to look into those things, all right, guys? Also, I've been in touch with YouTube as I have been creating merch for the channel, and YouTube has, I don't know, some sort of glitch because the store button's not showing. There's supposed to be a merch shelf under all my videos that pop up down near the description that'll show like the merch, the merchandise, you know, shirts and stuff that I've created my design on. And so they're trying to get that working again, but once that's up, you guys will see it. I have some samples coming in. Once I get those in the mail, I'll be wearing those in videos so you guys can kind of check out the first piece. And if anybody's interested, you guys will be able to buy that stuff as well. And again, if you are subscribed, be sure that you've gone over to the bell. So like on that main page where you hit subscribe, over to the right-hand side, there's a bell. And you guys can hit that so you can get all the alerts when I upload and things like that. You want to hit all. There you guys, don't miss any future videos, uploads. Some kid with a little hoopty or sports car just went in the tunnel and just revved the crap out of it. So all you can hear is his muffler as he went through the tunnel. That's kind of funny. But that's about it, guys. I'm going to get off here so I can get on the road and get going. Keep an eye out for those things. Be sure to follow me on social media as well, guys, where I do a lot of updates, okay? And I'm glad we spent a little bit of time together this morning, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.